I'm Joel, and today we are in Mormon Rocks, California, and today I've got my drone and a whole bunch of other cool goodies, including my tripod and a couple mounts. So today I'm just going to spend a little bit of time out with my dad, and hopefully I get some cool footage, because this does look like a very nice spot to record. Me and my dad were watching some videos last night of people that have already been here, and the drone footage does turn out really good. So I have my DJI/Rise Tello, and he has a DJI Spork. Sadly, I don't have my grandfather out here with the DJI Mavic, but we'll still get some cool videos, so let's go ahead and get out there and get started. So today, I've got my dad out with me, as well as our dog, Trixie, getting dog names confused. And then on my back, I've got my backpack, which has a series of different mounts, my tripod, and then a couple micro USB cables for the drone. And speaking of the drone, I've got my drone hanging off the backpack that has, it's my new case that can hold the controller, which you guys, if you watched the setting up my DJI Tello video, you would have already seen that case and what it looks like. So I've got that with me, as well as a Pepsi, because I do have a slight feeling that it'll warm up out here quite a bit. But anyway, speaking of the matter of where we are, all these land formations are actually made out of sandstone, believe it or not, which I found very interesting, because me and my dad were watching some videos, and I had thought that they looked like sandstone, and believe it or not, they are made out of sandstone. So let's go ahead and get walking up to this landform right here in front of me. Right, so we decided to come over on the other side of the track so that we can go up on, well, hopefully get up on some of these formations, unlike the much smaller ones that were over there. But after we go on these ones, we're probably going to walk back over there, because that's where the truck is, so we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, the sun is putting a big blur through the screen. Right, so we set up sort of a temporary camp here, whatever you want to call it, but yeah, so pretty nice here because we have shade underneath something that looks like it could fall on us. But anyway, yeah, so I've got all the stuff here. Pepsi's over there. My dad's already flying, so I'm gonna get to it. Let's go ahead and jump into some drone footage. So I just finished off my first battery, which brings me down to only an hour of flying time now, if I don't, do any fast stunts and things like that. So I've got roughly an hour, probably a little bit less. But anyway, while I have everything out, I thought I'd show you my setup that I have here in my backpack for when I come to my dad. So I've actually got my Beats Studio 3 headphones, which mind you, are about $350, so they're not here with me. I left them in the truck because I didn't want them to get, like, all messed up. But anyway, so in the backpack, when I come to my dad's, this is the stuff that I have with me. I've got some headphones. This cable that you see here is the one to connect to my mic, which I don't have with me. And every weekend, me and my dad, it's almost guaranteed that we're going to go out to the railroad tracks and do something. So I brung these in case I want to pick up like a spike or something like that. And then down in here, I've got a strap. This is what I use to strap my battery onto my backpack usually. I've got some sunglasses that were seen in my North Arizona vacation a while back on my other channel. Links in the description. And then here I've got another mount. My other one is out on the tripod with the Wi-Fi extender, which I'll walk out to in a minute. And then here I've got a USB cable extender. And then this hangs off the back, so case, wheel notes in there. Got the remote, batteries, drone, Wi-Fi extender, all the other little goodies. And then out here, this is the Wi-Fi extender that allows me to fly the drone all the way to out there. So here you can see I've just got the tripod. This is that other mount that I was talking about, which I did also review this some time ago. So if you want to go find that, it's the Movo vlogging kit. And then here I've just got a 10,000 milliamp battery held onto that. And then the Wi-Fi extender stuck up right there so that it can get its best connection possible. So yeah, with all that being said, I'm going to change out batteries and we'll go get some more footage and hopefully it'll look pretty cool. Alright, so we've packed up and now we're heading back to the other side of the tracks that we started at to go check out the rocks on that side. Unlike the ginormous rocks on that side that I can't really fly much over there because my drone can only go up to not even 100 feet, whereas my dad was flying way over them. So how high can your drone go?
400 feet.
Yeah, that's a bit.
So you turn around and look back at these rocks up here. So this one off to the left, that peak is about 400 feet.
From this ground level, it's just down here.
Yeah. And that was where I lost connection. And
yeah. Thought
come home. I
thought the bird attacked it. So, right, let's go ahead and head to this side and see if anything cool's over here. Right, so I'm now sitting in one of the little sort of, what do you call it, the cutouts in the side of the hill. Right here, so you can see sitting in one of them, and I thought this would be a good spot to show you where we were sitting. So there's where we were sitting, that second bridge. We were sitting a bit past that, and my dad is currently down there getting his drone set up to do a droney of me, which if you don't know what a droney is, it's kind of like where the drone would be sitting right here, and then it would slowly pan out like that. So yeah, I gotta sit there until my dad finishes with that. So at this point, I guess you could kind of call this a vlog, more or less. I didn't want it to be, well, I wasn't intending for it to be a vlog, but that's kind of what it turned into. No problem with that. I'm actually kind of glad the more I think about it, because as I've said in the past before, I do want to get into vlogging eventually, but I think that this will be the vlogging for the channel, where every weekend me and my dad are going to go train watching and hopefully new spots every weekend. All throughout California, and yeah, we'll go ahead and I guess hopefully I'll do like a weekend vlog series, although the only reason I wouldn't start that is you never know when something's gonna come up and wreck the whole entire thing. And personally, I don't like doing videos where I have to apologize and talk about things and talk about why I didn't get to do it, although I do have to talk about another subject on YouTube being basically a pile of crud and ruining a whole bunch of people's accounts for things. But anyway, right now we're on the positive side. And speak of the drone, that is right there, so I guess I gotta like pose now or something, I don't know. But anyway, it's been really fun out here so far. I really do like this. But anyway, time for a journey. So there's that. I hope it looked good. I didn't really get to see it too well because the screen was all kind of covered by sun, and I'll probably cut out the audio in my video, and my dad probably will too. But for whatever reason, when it was recording, it put music in it which is weird and kind of creepy because the music is, what would you call it, sort of like horror music with that weird low tone to it, which I find kind of, as I said, creepy. But anyway, I'll probably cut that audio out in my video when I actually finish, well, actually when I start putting it together. But anyway, right now I'm setting off on my own little adventure to the top of that same stone that I was just sitting in, and it looks like there's conveniently a little trench for me to climb through. So let's climb to the top. I'm tired. Great, so my dad just made it up, and I made it up not very long before him. There's a Brotherton Northern and Santa Fe over there, better known as BNSF. And then there's another train over there. And my dad's going to try to get some drone footage of one of these, hopefully. Anyway, yeah, he's flying off right now. There's that. Long train, because it goes all the way back there. You can see it coming this way, and then coming this way around the corner. And there it is, 3 BNSF SD70s. And in case you didn't know, that's the class name of all the locomotives. And as a matter of fact, I'm actually not on the top of the hill. I can go up quite a bit farther if I go up here. Might be a good thing to show you where I'm going. If I can turn this around. So you can see here, here's the top of the hill, and boom, there you go. Now you've got those 2 BNSF trains passing each other somewhere over there. And then there's the truck way down there. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can set off my drone without it getting blown over by the wind and then having a nice ride plummeting to the floor. But yeah, let's go ahead and see how that goes. It's really interesting sitting up here because this is old rock that would have gotten shoved up from like an earthquake. So you can see that these lines in front of us that are going horizontal away from the camera, this would have at one point in time not been like this and been like this. So if you think about it, I'm technically sitting inside the ground, as this would have at one point in time been way down inside the ground down there, which is very cool to me to think of. And there's that other set of SD70s heading out over there. A couple of them actually look very new from my point of view. Anyway, guess I've got to wait for the next train to come here for my drone shots. So let's go ahead and jump back into the drone footage again. Right, so we're done here for the day. We're going to, well, done with this specific little spot. We're going to start heading down there where this curve of track is. We're going to go somewhere down there, and hopefully we'll find some more trains over there. But anyway, I would have flown more up here, but it's kind of scary knowing that if anything starts to happen to the drone, it's not really all that easy to go get it. It's also kind of scary knowing that right off here there's just a straight drop. So I'm going to pack up, and we're going to go hop back in the truck, which is down there, and we'll go see if we can find anything else cool down there by the tracks. So on our adventure to find something interesting, we definitely did find a couple things that are interesting. Got a boxcar there, which I'll walk over to that in just a sec, but there is a base of a rail car over here, which seems to be a boxcar. And I say that because if I walk over here, you can see that you've got a little slit out here for where rail slid door would have gotten in right there. And then you can see that you've got notch, notch, notch. And on this more complete boxcar that my dad's climbing in, you've got notch, notch, notch. And then on the end, you can see that you've got sort of like a do sort of thing on the back and front, even while one side of this one isn't here. You can see that this is very much the same, as you've got that sort of this sitting right here, and then it bumps up, and then for some reason the whole entire top of this thing was cut off, and then there's where your coupler would have sat, I believe, and then looks like the start of an MU hose. And then on the other side, there's even less to look at, because a lot of it, after looking at that side, a lot of what would have been the actual walls isn't here. So you can see this is all like cut off for some reason, and I guess we're changing rail course. And I'm gonna go look at this one, which is much more complete, but it still, for some random reason, has a whole bunch of pieces cut out of it. And well, never mind, I don't think I'm gonna explore too much over there, because there's a big amount of like bees or something. But anyway, here's the inside. Whoa. Right, so here's the inside with insulation. I'm not sure why a boxcar like this would have needed insulation. I got a whole bunch of torn apart something over there. And then obviously the floor is quite jacked up. But on the other side here, you can see that there's just randomly a slit down each side where the wall has been like torn out of place. And then, yeah. So there you can see. And then what I was talking about with that other one over there, how on the back, well, I don't want to go on that side because there's bees all over the place. But on this side, how I was talking about that sort of do bumping sort of thing, you can see that the same thing happens over here, where it's flat and then bumps up, and then it carries up along that side. So, as I had said, I'm not exactly sure why either one of these are here, or how they got here. Because the rails, mind you, are quite a ways over there, and this somehow made it over here without being destroyed, and then got left here. But, no matter the fact, still an interesting find, and now we are going to drive up this dirt road, and hopefully get to drive underneath a freeway, next to the tracks that are up there. So the road that we're going to follow is up there next to the tracks, and then that leads up to underneath a freeway. And there's the freeway that my dad thinks we can't actually go under, because if you look, there isn't a lot of clearance between the rails and this side of the tunnel. So whatever happens, happens. So we stopped on, or along, a crossing just to look around, because we were kind of dilly-dallying around seeing if we could drive underneath that freeway, which it turned out that we couldn't. So we ended up here, and I found I encountered a very interesting situation here, where it looks like, I'm guessing, fumes or something got spit out of a locomotive and then burnt the tires right here. Like you can see, this one is very brittle. Just kind of breaks apart, and then there's no tie there. Wait, there's because this tie, all of this got burnt. Like you can see, I hold this with my other hand. You can see that I have gloves on so that I can grab things if I want to, and you can see that I can put my hand all the way under, and there's my hand all the way on the other side where the tie should be, and you can see where the tie was, because you still got the pins, or not the pins, but these sort of clamps that hold the rail in place so they don't wiggle around. Another interesting thing is right here, and since this is wooden and still spikes, these things slide out of place very easily, and this one is kind of bad because you can see this pin falls out, this pin falls out, and then this whole entire plate moves, which that I would call that a problem. But you can see that even once I take all those out and everything, it doesn't harm anything because these are still just as loose as they were before. So yeah, although I did really find this interesting because you can see this one's a little bit burnt, that one's a little bit burnt, this one's almost completely burnt. It's something that I don't think I've ever seen before. But anyway, yeah, so it also turns out that this line, after looking down there, this actually isn't a main line. This is more or less a secondary line if they need it. This would be heading down this way, and this line would be heading down behind me, because this line is in fact just popping off of the other one. But still an interesting find. And then one of those clamps, I'm not sure where I found this, but there was this clamp sitting on the ground like that. And yeah, so you can see that this would, hey, what is this? You can see that this would pop on over here, and then you can see that it would have held on like that, sort of like these newer-ish condition ones are. But yeah, oh, look what I found. This seems to be that other part of that tie that was just completely missing, that burnt. Yeah, very interesting. Anyway, I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna do now, but whatever comes, keep you guys updated on what's going on. really chasing it anymore. We truck's right there. We pulled over because the train stopped. Right as we were about to reach the locomotives, it stopped. So, a little bit of education. That's an SD70-2. That's an SD70-2. This is an SD70. Pretty interesting because usually you only see like one of these and a whole bunch of these. And there's two of these and only one of those. Oh, they're moving again. Quite slowly. But they're moving. Want to start chasing them again? Okay, let's go chase them. And that concludes the absolutely amazing day I had. And all I can say is it was extremely fun, and I really liked this area that we went to today. Once again, it's called Mormon Rocks in California, around the Cajon Pass. It was really fun, and big shout out to my dad. I love you so much. Thanks again for taking me out. I know I've already told you this a lot off camera, but thanks again for taking me out today. It was really, really fun, and from what I could tell, you had quite a bit of fun as well, and you obviously enjoyed train watching now. This is all for my dad, in case you didn't know, and I can tell that my dad obviously likes train watching because he does it quite often without me now, which, nothing wrong with that. As I told him earlier today off camera, I'm actually pretty happy considering that he's now getting a little bit more into the train watching hobby without me. So with all that being said, as I said, that concludes today, or today's video, and today for me. It was absolutely amazing. I love doing this, and as I had said when I was sitting in that little cutout in the side of that rock, hopefully this will become a more daily, well, not daily, but a more common thing for the channel. It's nice going out and doing things with my dad, sort of vlogging aspect of the things. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know I enjoyed making it, and I enjoyed today in general, and I really do like how the footage turned out, so I'm going to go ahead and go re-watch it as a finished product now after I tack this in. And that concludes today's video altogether. If you guys enjoyed the video,